So let me ask you a question. Can a building actually launch a business? And I don't just mean, house it. I mean, can it be the thing, the incubator, that helps a small business grow and succeed? Well, that's the big idea we're digging into today. How one really clever type of building can be a total game changer for entrepreneurs, and at the same time, bring our neighborhoods back to life. Okay, let's get into it.
This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's talking about a feeling we all know. Think about the time you waste stuck in traffic, the money you're just burning on gas, that soul-crushing frustration of the daily commute. That is negative productivity. It's like this hidden tax we're all paying for living in places that were designed for cars instead of for people. It drains our time, our money, and our energy, and those are the exact things an entrepreneur needs most.
And this picture says it all. On the left, you've got what's called the dormitory model. Basically, a ghost town at 11 a.m. because everybody has gotten in their car and driven somewhere else to work. But look at the right. That's the alternative. It's a vibrant, active street, humming with life, right in the middle of the workday. Now, this isn't just about looking nicer. That's a functioning local economy right there. So the big question is, how do we get from the dead streets on the left to the lively ones on the right? Well, to answer that, we've got to start with the single biggest problem that stops aspiring business owners dead in their tracks. And it's usually not the idea or even the hustle. It's the insane financial risk you have to take just to open your doors.
This right here is the dream killer. Seriously, before you've even made a single dollar, you're supposed to sign a lease for a commercial space, which can be thousands of dollars a month. So suddenly you're juggling two giant expenses, your rent at home and the rent for your business. It's this massive gamble that just crushes so many great ideas before they ever get a chance to get off the ground.
But what if you could just take that gamble off the table? What if a building's design could completely change the financial equation for an entrepreneur? Well, it turns out there's a way to do exactly that.
It's called a live-work unit, and the concept is so simple it's brilliant. It's one building that combines a place to live with a place to work. Your shop, your office, your studio, it's right there on the ground floor. And your home, it's just a flight of stairs away.
And this diagram shows you exactly how it works. See how the ground floor is the active, street-facing workspace? It's open and inviting the customers. Meanwhile, your actual home, your private living space, is totally separate upstairs. It's this perfect blend of public commerce and private life, all in one smart, efficient package.
And look, this isn't just some concept on a drawing board. These buildings are out there in the real world, and they're thriving. You can see how they work everywhere from a modern corner store in Japan to a classic brick building on an American Main Street. It's a proven idea that's super flexible and can fit into just about any kind of neighborhood.
Okay, so here's where it gets really powerful. How does this design actually work as an economic engine? Well, it creates something our source material calls a zero-overhead incubator. Let's break down what that actually means for a small business owner.
This is the aha moment. The old way, on the left, you're getting hammered with two separate massive bills. But the live-work model, it combines them into one single, much more manageable payment. You're not just paying rent on two places anymore. You're investing in one single productive asset that takes care of both your life and your business.
And that one simple change creates all these incredible advantages. First, it just massively lowers the financial risk of trying something new. It gives you the freedom to test an idea, to fail fast without going bankrupt, or to scale up quickly if things are going great. Your home is now an asset that makes you money, and your commute, it's zero. That negative productivity we talked about? Gone. Okay, so having a brilliant design is one thing, but you have to actually be allowed to build it and use it the way it's intended. And this is where policy and, bureaucracy comes into play. The policy that unlocks all of this is called as-of-right zoning. All that really means is that if you want to open a small, low-impact business that fits the neighborhood, you just can. The permission is already there by default. It cuts through all the red tape and expensive permits that kill so many small businesses before they even start.
And just to be clear, we're not talking about putting a factory in a residential neighborhood. This policy is for a narrow range of businesses that actually make the neighborhood better. I mean, imagine having a great local coffee shop, a hair salon, or a little convenience store just a short walk from your front door. It just makes life better.
All right, so let's zoom out. We see how this helps one person, one entrepreneur, but what happens when you get a bunch of these in one place? Well, that's when you start to see a powerful ripple effect that can transform an entire community.
All of a sudden, that sleepy dormitory suburb from the first picture starts to come alive during the day. You've got people working, shopping, grabbing coffee, all locally. This creates what's called a daytime economy, and it turns a neighborhood from just a place to sleep into a place to actually live 24/7.
And the benefits just keep stacking up. When there are more people out and about, you get more eyes on the street, which naturally makes the whole area feel safer. When you can work and shop right near your home, you don't have to get in your car for everything. This builds a really strong, resilient local economy where, get this, your best customers are often your own neighbors. It creates a real sense of community.
So, let's just tie this all together. This slide sums it up perfectly. There are 3 key economic forces at play here. First, agglomeration. That's just a fancy word for the creative spark you get when you have lots of different businesses close to each other. Second, lower barriers. That's about making it cheaper and easier to start. And third, efficiency, which is about turning wasted commute time into productive, creative time. Which leaves us with one last big question. If we know that this one type of building can help launch dozens of small businesses and spark an entire local economy, what's stopping us from building more of them? We have the design, we have the proof that it works. So the only real question left is, what are we waiting for?